Tell me about your time with Roy Halladay and how that went.
Well, it was an interesting relationship. When I first got to Toronto, I was an outsider. I came from outside the organization, and it was probably an odd situation for those guys because they were a pretty young team. I mean, Carlos Delgado was still there, but when I came to Toronto, I pretty much instantly became the guy with the most service time on the team. And now I'm catching Roy Halladay. So typically the starting catcher is a default leader on the team, and then typically the guy with the most service time is a default leader on the team. And I was both at the same time.
Right.
And Roy he's an interesting character. Uh, the last place you'll ever find Roy was in front of his locker. If he was in front of his locker, he was changing clothes on his way to do something else. This guy was a full, 12-hour shift at the ballpark. He was always doing something, throwing a bullpen, working out, eating, watching video, but everything was baseball. So I remember catching Roy right when I got there in '04. And then I remember like the second start he and I ever worked together. He came, charging through the clubhouse on start day. He had a little bit of a different personality on the day that he pitched. Uh, I wouldn't call him warm and fuzzy when he wasn't pitching, but he was the opposite of warm and fuzzy on the day he started. And so he came charging through the clubhouse, and I said something to him, and he kind of grunted at me, and he kind of gave me this look of, "Oh, how dare you speak to me? I'm getting ready to pitch." And
Right.
I was like, "No, we're not going to wait." So I walked over to him and I said, "Listen, motherfucker, uh, I'm the guy calling the pitches tonight. I'm the guy catching the game." I go, "And by the way, I've been in this game a long time, longer than you. And you will fucking respect me, or I'm gonna start telling everybody what's coming." And that was our confrontational moment. And at that point, he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like I just I get locked in when I'm pitching." And I said, "Yeah, fine, get locked in, but show me some fucking respect."